Hello and welcome to the video. Today we'll be breaking down 8 reasons why your twist out looks a hot mess. Before we begin, I'd like to ask that you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. It really helps us out. Please also consider following us on Instagram. Now, let's get into it. Have you been trying to get a super cute and defined twist out for the longest, and it still comes out looking crazy? I have. I'm still trying to achieve the perfect twist out, and I've been on my natural journey for quite some time. If you're like me and don't know why your twist out hasn't come out right, you may be guilty of one of the following 8 actions. Number 1. You don't detangle. The first step in getting a nicely defined twist out is making sure that your hair is detangled fully. Some people don't like to detangle too often for fear of unnecessary breakage, but this is an important step if you want to get great curl definition. Otherwise, once you take down the twists to separate and fluff, you'll have way more frizz than you want. You can use a few different tools to detangle your hair, such as your fingers, a brush, or a wide tooth comb. Just make sure to detangle each section from ends to roots before you start twisting. Number 2, you're borrowing hair. What is borrowing hair? Borrowing hair is when you take hair from one section and bring it to the other as you work your way down the twist. It's a common problem because as you twist, you may realize that there's less hair in one piece than the other. However, borrowing hair is not ideal for twist outs because it can create tangles in your hair when you take down the twists, and it also creates an uneven curl. It's always better to keep the two sections completely separate while you twist. Before you begin to twist, ensure that you have the same amount and length of hair in each section, as it will lead to less confusion. Number 3, your hair isn't wet enough. Some naturals like myself prefer to do twist outs on damp or dry hair because it gives us a more elongated look once it's taken down. However, for the best curl definition, twist outs should be done on wet hair that has either been freshly washed or spritzed with water. If your hair is wet, the curls will naturally clump together and there will be minimum frizz in the finished twist out. So, if you've never achieved a decent looking twist out, try starting with wet hair. Number 4, you're using the wrong product. This reason is up for interpretation. Every natural is different, and products work differently on different heads of hair. Water-based and creamy stylers are great because they provide that extra hydration and they lead to less frizz later on than hair butters. Gels, however, give the best hold and curl definition, so depending on your hair type, you may want to choose less or more hold. You can also combine products. For instance, a light moisturizer topped with a styling gel provides great hold and shine. Butters on their own are great for moisturizing, but not that great for defined twist outs. Number 5, you need a trim. Did you just cringe? A lot of ladies hate the thought of trimming their hair, but if your ends are thin and damaged, they have to go. There's no getting around it. Otherwise, when you do cute, low manipulation styles like twist outs, and you follow all the rules aforementioned, you'll have amazing curl definition, until you get to your ends. Chewed or thin looking ends are not cute. They take away from the overall look. You don't have to have blunt ends. A small taper is fine, but make sure your ends aren't damaged and you don't have any split ends. Number 6, your hair didn't dry completely. I know we've all been there before. You do a twist out on wet hair, but you don't have enough time to let it dry fully, and you don't want to go outside looking like Felicia from Friday, so you take it out knowing that it isn't dry. Unfortunately, taking down damp twists leads to frizz because there's still moisture in your hair. The curl definition also hasn't set by this time. The best time to take down twists is when your hair is completely dry and not a minute before. Drying time depends on the length and thickness of your twists. So those with longer or thicker hair that don't have time to kill would probably be better off sitting under a dryer to set their twists. Otherwise, doing the style in the evening and letting it set overnight is a good idea. Number 7. You don't coil your ends. When you twist your hair, you don't have to twist down to the bottom. I actually recommend against it. Twisting to the bottom makes your life harder when it's time to take down the style, because you'll have a hard time separating those thinner pieces on the ends. Instead, try twisting until you get about half your pinky's length to the bottom. Then take your ends between your thumb and pointer finger and coil them. This eliminates breakage in the long run and gives your twist out a nicely coiled end. If, however, you're like me and your hair is more wavy than curly, you'll find that coiling doesn't work at all. In that case, use a flexi rod or perm rod to curl that little portion of hair at the end. Number 8. You fluffed and separated it too much. Even though you should fluff your hair after taking out your twists to give your hair volume, it's important not to separate and fluff too much. Separate each twist into 2 or 3 sections depending on the thickness of your twists. Any more than this and your hair will start to look more frizzy than curly. How do you fluff correctly? You fluff your hair by taking a pick or your hands and lightly pulling your separated twists up at the roots. This will give your hair added volume. Don't fluff the entire length of your hair because it'll ruin the curl definition you have worked so hard for. You know you've gone too far if your hair changes from a cute twist out to a frizzy fro. Not to say there's anything wrong with a frizzy fro, but that kind of defeats the purpose of trying for a defined twist out. That's it. Thanks for watching. Am I the only one who has hair that doesn't coil? Mine looks like it has little waves that simply don't coil for love or money. Let me know in the comments. And as always, all the best in your hair journey.